next story up. Let's do an update on the Tim Norman case where he killed his nephew Andre. Okay, or at least he did a murder for hire plot that completely fell apart. Yes, they were successful in killing Andre. However, pretty much everybody has confessed to their part in this murder plot. Everybody but Tim Norman. So Tim Norman's case actually just started this week, and there has been a lot going on there. So far, we know that the shooter, they were able to get the shooter, and the shooter was caught because he was talking about the murder on a jail telephone call. That was how I'm assuming they already had their eye on this person. And then when he confessed to the murder on the call, then, yeah, so he confessed to being guilty, and he will be charged. He will be sentenced in the upcoming weeks. We know of the Terica girl, who was the stripper that Tim Norman was involved with, who pretty much set up Andre, lured him out of the house for the shooter to actually shoot and kill him. The life insurance agent, who used to be a music exec, from what I understand, or a music producer, but he turned himself into a life insurance agent. He's said he's guilty for his part as well. But like I said, Tim Norman is fighting the charges. I was listening to one of the YouTubers, I can't think of the name, but I'll put it on the screen here. You know, there are a number of YouTubers who are actually following the case. And so, gosh, what was her name? Chronicles? Anyway, I'll put it on the screen here. But she does a pretty in-depth account of what happens in court every day. And the last that I had heard was that you know, when Tim came to court, he was about 100 pounds less than he had been, so much thinner. So, you know, them hips ain't been able to hold on underneath the extreme stress and pressure I'm sure he's under being in jail. They say that he's aged quite a bit, that he looks old, he looks broken. I would imagine that he would. Tim Norman apparently is trying to blame the murder on the corrupt cops in St. Louis, and saying that they have it out for him. But I don't know how he plans. I don't know how he thinks he's going to get out of this, you guys. The crazy thing about it, or I guess you talk about a mother's love, Robbie, his mother, Sweetie, she is handling all of the legal bills that come along with the trying of this case. And for all intents and purposes, it looks like she is still supporting her son. You know, I'm not going to say what this woman should or shouldn't do. This is her son. Obviously, she loves him no matter what. I don't know how. When you know that your son has done something so diabolically evil to your grandson, who, I mean, Andre, well, you know, he might have been doing whatever he was doing. They were saying that, you know, he would get himself in trouble every now and then, and there, this boy did not deserve to die. He definitely didn't deserve to die at the hands of his uncle, who I'm sure at some level he trusted. The mother trusted him, Tim, to try to be a presence, a male presence in this young man's life, who obviously didn't have a male figure in his life and was troubled down in Texas. So that was the whole reason why they had him up in St. Louis to begin with, when it looked like really Tim Norman only wanted him to come to St. Louis so that he could try to get money off of him. He had applied for something like 5 life insurance policies before he was able to, well, none of them I think ever really took, because it was always fishy. He didn't have the death certificate. You know, you have to provide those things. By the time they got the death certificate, I guess they had already had an idea that Tim was involved in this murder, so he wasn't able to get it. So, you know, it's just the story is so crazy this is definitely one of those true crime stories that we'll see like on Dateline or 2020, you know, in the future, or Law and Order will do a show about if they haven't already. But just, I don't know. Like, people are saying how they feel so sorry for Robbie, but I was just like, Miss Robbie seems like she's okay, and she seems to be in her, you know, she seems to be in her right mind and wanting to make sure that she's there for her son, at least monetarily. So I think Miss Robbie is fine. They said in court that family members were there, but apparently the family has been torn with all of this stuff that happened. So they were spread out throughout the court. You can tell that some of them weren't speaking to others, and all of this that Tim has brought onto his family, because he so cruelly killed, or had killed his nephew, who really didn't do anything to nobody. Okay. So yeah, it's going on now. Like I said, you guys can get all the information from the website, the YouTuber that I'm putting here on the screen. She does a really great job of just letting us know what's going on with that case, and I believe that she actually has gone to St. Louis to sit in the courtroom so that she can like get a firsthand account of what's going on. I don't believe that they are live streaming this court case, so you won't be able to watch it. So the only way that you can get information about it is to look at the YouTubers, those who are dedicated to following the story. Okay. But yeah, you guys, every time I think about that story, I'm just so shocked. I can't believe people are saying that Tim must have something on his mother in order for her to be riding so hard for him. And I was just like, it would be so many, I mean, it must be so many issues in that family if he really did have something on his own mother. Like, you would be threatening to put some bad information out about your mother, and you done went and got somebody killed, so you holding that over her head. Like, I can't even fathom like all of that kind of thinking, you know? So I'm just thinking to myself, like, I would hope that that's not the case, and that this woman is just not doing it. I mean, the woman is doing it out of the sheer love for her child, you know, no matter what. I would hope that that's what it is, and not that he got some shit on Miss Robbie and that they gonna, you know, he would let it out if, you know, because there's all kind of other drama that goes around in the background when we start talking about Miss Robbie, Tim's father, and the shit that used to go down on the streets of St. Louis back in the day when, you know, Miss Robbie was young and, you know, out there like that. Yeah. The whole thing is so dysfunctional and crazy, and I think you can really fall down a rabbit hole if you wanted to. And, you know, if you would just listen to the all of the information that comes with this case, because it's a lot to the case. But yeah, you guys go on and check out the YouTuber that's on the screen, and get updated as you need. All right, you guys, according to the New York Post, they say that Bishop Whitehead, okay, the embattled pastor who was robbed online, I'm sorry, not online, as he live streamed his Sunday service from his church, he is now suing both Larry Reed and YouTuber Jives for $20 million apiece for having a negative impact on his income. I don't know who the YouTuber is, but Larry Reed and this certain YouTuber, Mr. Whitehead, is saying that they called him a scammer and just made it seem like his church was not on the up and up, and how he couldn't be trusted, and yada, yada, yada. He said that their claims were false, slanderous, and defamatory, and exposed him to public contempt, ridicule, aversion, and or disgrace. I said, you blaming them for that, or you should be blaming yourself for that? Because when you were robbed, if you would have just left the shit alone, then I think the story would have eventually gone away like everything else does. But the fact that you purposely went out to these people, because, you know, it's gossip shows and different things. People are going to talk about whatever they talk about. You brought more attention to your robbery situation by confronting Larry Reed when he had his show, getting into it with him, calling him all type of homophobic slurs. Yes, Larry Reed did say some things back to him, but you are the pastor, okay? I hold pastors to a higher standard. I'm sorry. That's just what I do, okay? So if you would have just been like, I'm going to pray for you because you don't really know what you're talking about, instead of getting into it with them, you know, and getting into it with D.L. Hughley and getting into it with people on social media and all on the shade room in the comments and all in the neighborhood talk and wanting to, you know, saying how you want to fight D.L. Hughley in a ring. It's all this from a pastor. Child, please. So, you know, he wants to sue them both $20 million. I'm about willing to bet that neither one of them have $20 million damn dollars. Okay, and neither one of them seem to be concerned about this lawsuit in any kind of way. They're still talking about it, and they look like they pretty much view this lawsuit as a joke. So I'm not sure if he's trying to send out cease and desist or whatever, but as of now, they still talking about they still talking about him. Whitehead's lawyer says that there will be more charges probably in the future. I'm not sure if it'll be for more people on social media or if it will be more for Larry Reed and the YouTuber, but apparently he has his legal team scouring around to see who is saying things negative about him so that he, if he so chooses, he will press charges again. You know, he will sue them as well. We've been talking about pastors way too much these days. Y'all saw the pastor was talking about the damn man bun. I was just like, what? Why are you worried about a man that has long hair? People come to church for salvation. People come to church to have their, you know, to try to have some peace put into their lives. And you sitting up here talking about what God don't like with a man with long hair. Nigga, I'm telling you, I told you guys that these pastors nowadays, they just say whatever that they need to say to go viral. Because it's just ignorant. And that's exactly why the church is in the state that it's in right now. Okay, that people don't go, they don't trust or anything. It's just a mess, you guys. So anyway, we'll see if anything comes of the lawsuit. But right now, 20 million. Oh, Bishop Whitehead said, fuck you, pay me. Guys, next story up. This story is actually pretty sad. It's a rest in peace to influencer. I believe she's like a fitness person on Instagram, RIPRavenJackson. I don't know who these people are, but they have been in the social media news quite a bit lately, mostly because of 600 Breezy. Now, 600 Breezy apparently was her current boyfriend. And that when he found out that she had killed herself, he had posted how upset that he was that she was gone. 600 Breezy apparently is a drill rapper from Chicago, and he was emotional. He was upset, understandably so, when the news hit that she had killed herself. Apparently she was missing, or the family hadn't heard from her. The last that anybody had spoken with her was August 31st. The mother of Raven Jackson apparently had contacted the police to do a wellness visit at her home around September 6th, and that was when they discovered that she had killed herself. Okay. Now, all of that is important to the story because 600 Breezy, as he has been posting the messages that she sent him, apparently she sent him a kind of like a farewell note, basically saying how tired she was, how she's never been happy on the inside, you know, that she tries to be happy on the outside, but people don't understand what's going on, and how tired she was. Very, very sad. You know, it's just the young people of today, it's just so much more stressful for whatever reason. There are so many more mental health issues that our younger generations face today than I think that we faced when we were their age. Okay, so she just was unhappy and she sent him the message. Now, he posted the messages as he was also saying, you know, what is he going to do without her, and that he was so upset that she had left him and that kind of message. Well, apparently the family was upset with 600 Breezy for posting these messages because they feel like he is posting the messages for clout. Okay. They feel that either he got those messages a long time ago and never said anything, or he didn't get the messages, I guess, from her at all and had been in her phone and was able to send these. I don't really know. The family, for whatever reason, believe that he is doing this all for attention. They asked him to take the messages down. He would not do that. Okay. We also had another guy, I don't get his name, who was an ex-boyfriend who from some years ago apparently also was saying how upset he was that Raven had killed herself, and even 600 Breezy. Child, I didn't tell you what mama named him. 600 Breezy. My mama named him Antonio Valentino King. But anyway, the family is upset with him because they believe that he has impure reasons for posting these messages that were supposed to be so personal between him and Miss Jackson. Like I said, the other guy who posted messages saying that he was upset that she was gone as well, Mr. Breezy came after him and said that you need to say when you got these messages or these videos from her, because he posted a video of the two of them together, and the guy was like, I had already said that these were old. Okay, he was not trying to say that he was with her currently. 600 Breezy seems to want to make sure that everybody knows that he was with her at the time of her, not physically at the time of her death, but they were a couple. The family doesn't seem to think so. Okay, the cousin says that they were not together. So there's that. Okay. Now, 600 Breezy has his own set of issues because evidently he has a baby mama by the name of Queen Key. Okay. Mama named her Kiasha McClure. And apparently, 600 Breezy and Queen Key have 3 children together. Apparently he's a deadbeat dad. Let Miss McClure tell it. And so she put out that, you know, he's so upset about Miss Jackson's death, and maybe he'll have more time now to spend with his children, you know, basically saying how can he be so broke up about something like that when he doesn't even care about his own children. I mean, it's not really comparable. It's 2 totally different loves and things like that. But I mean, I understand Queen Key is upset because he ain't been taking care of the kids. Kind of like this ain't the best time to be putting it out there that he's a deadbeat dad and all this, because at the end of the day, there's a young girl who has killed herself, who was unhappy with her life. And you guys are going back and forth and just kind of just tainting the whole, this whole story. But she's saying that he don't take care of the kids. Well, I saw a video of him and he's like, fuck them kids. I was like, fuck the kids? You have 3 kids with her. So it's not like you just slipped up and you had the one and it was a mistake. But you obviously planned to have 3 kids with somebody. So you were planning to have a family with somebody. And I don't have respect for people who create families, create children. Ain't nobody said you had to be with Queen Key, but you have 3 children that you have an obligation to, so it's just too bad that you just like, fuck them kids. And I mean, I don't know, maybe he don't think that the kids are his, but I mean, he had to thought that they was his at some point, so I'm just like, all of that is outside noise, because at the end of the day, like I said, Raven Jackson has killed herself. She's unhappy with her life. And we need to put more emphasis and take people seriously when they talk about their mental struggles. I always talk to you guys about it. That if you feel that you need to speak to somebody, and you need some counseling or therapy, then it's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't do it. And there's so many ways to get it done now. You know, it's not as taboo. And a lot of times your insurance will pay for it. There are even some inexpensive options. There are some free options if you decide to go to the church, even though the church, child, we just talked about them. But I mean, there are ways that you can get your thoughts out. And I think that it really does help people to go. A lot of people think that therapy and counseling is like useless and it doesn't help. But sometimes just getting the thoughts out of your mind, okay? Because even sometimes when I sit and talk to my kids, that might be going through something at the time, like it just seems like even me trying to just listen, even though I just be like, Lord, I don't understand, but please give me the give me the wisdom to try to understand what this child is telling me, because to me it don't even be seeming like it's nothing, but to them it's something huge, you know. And so I am 100% a believer in counseling and therapy, because sometimes you just need to get it out your mind. Sometimes you just need to get it out. And it's apparent that these kids, these young people, especially today, they just feel trapped. They're in a space in their life where they just are unhappy and cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel in any kind of way. And that really breaks my heart, you know. So regardless of all the shit, the 600 Breezy and all that stuff that's going on, that's whatever. Prayers up to the family of Miss Jackson, you know, who have lost their young, you know, family member, their daughter, sister, cousin, niece. You know, it's just sad. It's sad. She didn't have any kids, and she was just starting out in her life. She was 23 years old or something like that. Guys. Anyway, rest in peace to Raven Jackson. All right, you guys. So Kanye West says that he's suing both Adidas and Gap because he feels like they have been using his image, using the design ideas that he has for his line that are at both places, and that they have stolen his design ideas. They have kept him out of meetings that concern him and his designs, his label, and he is over it. I also read that Kanye feels like Adidas has been selling fakes of his shoes, of his products or whatever. I don't know what that's about. I don't know how that would help Adidas, but Kanye has blamed them with that as well. If you guys know more about that kind of stuff, y'all feel free to enlighten me, because I was just like, why would Adidas do that? But you guys always come in and let me see the other side, okay? But apparently he's upset with them, okay? So far, both Diddy and Swizz Beatz have decided to support him by boycotting Adidas and the Gap, and they say that they will not do anything with those companies, including wearing their items, until this is made right. So Kanye has been posting about this on social media. He posted the picture of the creative director of Adidas. The guy's name is Alasdair Willis. And he just so happens to be married to Paul McCartney's daughter. I was like, Stella McCartney? Maybe he got other daughters too. Okay. But so Kanye West was upset with Mr. Willis and was saying, like, as a fellow creative, how is it that you can allow something like this to happen? Me getting shut out, you haven't been answering my calls, you won't set up any meetings with me. Like, Kanye was pissed at him, you know, like, I know your father-in-law. I've done music with your father-in-law. So apparently, you know, Kanye does have a huge fan base, and they started to come after Mr. Willis, and, you know, they were posting memes about him and all of that. Well, Kanye seemed to have a change of heart. I'm not sure who spoke to Kanye, or Kanye spoke with Kanye, because that could also be true. But he came back on his social media and said that Alasdair is a good guy, and that he feels like they can work this out. You know, he's good with the McCartney family, and he wants to stay on good terms. So everybody started taking down the memes and the shit that you saying about Mr. Willis, because he good. I said, listen, Kanye, we ain't got time for this bullshit now, nigga. Do we need to be mad or not? What the fuck? You know, you pissed off about it, and then 10 minutes later you want to come telling us don't be mad. That's why everybody is going to still continue to wear what the hell they want to wear. All right? Because you going back, and really, frankly, this is rich people problems. Okay? I just like, I don't know who's all gonna be boycotting Adidas. I know you ain't about to get the Beehive because we got Ivy Park over there, okay? And there's a lot of people that have had their little partnerships with Adidas and all. That's just like, Kanye, we ain't got time, child. Just, you know, and Diddy loves to jump on the bandwagon or something and say he about to boycott. I'm figuring that the Intelligent Adjacent should be coming with something real soon, because he's another one that loves to do stuff like this. But I can't worry about what Kanye is talking about, child. Y'all, if you want to boycott him, fine. If you don't, fine. Y'all figure it out. But y'all let me know about that whole Adidas selling they fakes. Would they do that? Seems counterproductive to me. Don't it seem like it to you? All right, you guys. So, with the extreme success of these $1,000 meet and greets that Chris Brown has had with his fans, and Meg Thee Stallion has had with her fans, even though I don't think she was charging $1,000, but you know, some of the younger artists of today are trying to stay connected with their fan base, and just by providing a more personal and up close experience. Well, Chris Brown was smart on doing $1,000, because really and truly, if you are a fan of somebody, like an extreme fan of somebody, and you was already gonna pay $1,000 for a damn seat, you know, to sit close to the floor or something, that ain't something that I'm doing. All right, I'm not doing that. But there's people that definitely do that. Okay, so $1,000 for a meet and greet, when you really get to actually hug the person. I mean, we saw them pictures that Chris Brown was posting. He was hugged up with them. Them people look like they got their $1,000 worth. Okay, when you are an extreme fan, I don't think that that's really ridiculous. Okay, the experience is what you're paying for. Okay, but that's Chris Brown. Child, who want to be paying $1,000 for Bow Wow? Okay, Mama named him Shad Moss. Are y'all trying to pay $1,000? You know what? Bow Wow will get $1,000 from some of his fans. He still has a fan base. And even if he get 100 people that want to pay $1,000. Okay, that's $100,000 fucking dollars that he about to come up with, you know. So I can't be mad about it, but I'm just trying to see like who really trying to do this, you know. He was all mad about it because people was like $1,000 for Bow Wow. But you guys, Bow Wow's still doing his music. He's still touring, and people still buying tickets to see him. So somebody want to see Bow Wow, you know. But he said that it's a much more closer up experience. You get to be in his personal, you get to be in his VIP area. This is not just the standard meet and greet where, you know, if you buy the floor tickets for the concerts, you get to take a picture with them. Okay, this is like a whole nother experience. I guess you breaking bread with them and you sitting down and talking and all of that. I don't know how long you would want to talk to Bow Wow, but that's what he say. Okay. But, yeah, he was a little salty about it, you know, when people was like, who want to pay that much to see Bow Wow? He was like, yo, baby mama, nigga, they want to come see me. I was like, that's true. There are some baby mamas out there that still love him some Shad Moss. I mean, look at his baby mamas. Them some good looking girls, you know? So it's just sort of like, somebody still want them. So, I mean, I ain't mad. You gonna get your $1,000 if you can. Anyway, you guys paying $1,000 to see Bow Wow? Yes or no? And then lastly, you guys, they say that Pippen is dating a 31-year-old. Now, Pippen, I believe 48-year-old Pippen is dating 31-year-old Michael Jordan's son, Marcus. Okay, this is the middle child of the three children that Michael Jordan has with his ex-wife, Juanita. And apparently, Larsa has found her way to young man Marcus. Now I'm just thinking to myself that at some point, you know, that Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan were close teammates. I know their families had to be around each other at some point, at least their children at some point. And you know that Larsa, her being married to Scottie Pippen for as many years as she was, had to have been around in an adult, an adult capacity when this boy was little. And now you mean to tell me you can see it in yourself to want to go out with him and he's 31? Like, he's a grown man. I'm not saying that he's not old enough to be dating her, but it's just sort of strange. Like, because this was Auntie Larsa. And now Larsa is, well, we don't know if they're really dating, but they were seen at a Japanese restaurant, Zuma, I think the name of it is, in Miami, having lunch. Okay, so it wasn't dinner, it was lunch. I mean, I guess they could just be talking, but like, really, are you trying to go out with your friend's mama? I mean, y'all going to have lunch and shit? It's just sort of like, what's going on here? It looked like it might have been in the romantic capacity, child. But I was just like, Larsa, you nasty. You know, this boy was coming over to your house for slumber parties with your kids and everything, and now you going on a date with him? I mean, but they grown. She ain't doing nothing illegal, nothing like that. But it sure looks strange, don't it? Y'all think they a new couple? Larsa go through them quick, though. It might not last. All right, you guys, let me get off of here. We do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.